Hello again, YouTube. Gary Belts back with another tech review, and as you can see in my hands here, I'm holding the iPad 1. Now, this is the oldest of the iPads, as there have been plenty of rumors about the iPad 3 that is due to come out, and of course, the iPad 2 is currently out. The one difference between the 1 and the 2 is, as you can see from the front and the back, no cameras. There are no cameras on the iPad 1. I've had people come up to me and say, how do you use the thing? What people don't understand is that the iPad is basically an iPhone or an iPod Touch with a 9.7-inch screen instead of the usual 3.5. Uses the same applications, although there are specific ones made for iPads, such as the Facebook app, the eBay app, excuse me, the Weather Channel app, and the CNN app. But unfortunately, the one thing that's confusing is that some apps have to be bought separately for both an iPhone user and an iPad user, and you have to pay the separate price. Some are called universal apps, which means you buy it once and it automatically installs on both. But the one drawback of this iPad that I have right now is it's the Wi-Fi only version, and it was back when all they had was AT&T as a choice. Now you could get AT&T on this iPad with the 3G version, and to tell the 3G version apart, it had a little tiny black bar right here. That was the antenna for the 3G. Other than that, it looked pretty much the same as this iPad does. Now, my iPad's been through the war because I take it everywhere, but as you can see when I turned it on at the beginning of the video, it's an adorable little device. I recommend the iPad if you've got the $500 minimum to drop on one. Yes, they are a bit expensive, but I believe in getting what you pay for. Apple makes great products, and I currently have an iPhone 4S, an iPad 1, and I currently have a late 2009 MacBook Pro. I happen to like all three devices. One gripe about the iPad that I seem to have is that the speakers don't seem to be as good as the iPhone or the iPod Touch. My guess is that audio was an afterthought when Apple made the first one. It does have the iPod functionality and will play your music, but the sound quality is just not as good in my opinion. The screen is really nice, but it attracts fingerprints and dirt like a magnet. Other than that, I definitely recommend getting one. As you can see from other businesses, they've picked up the iPad and ran with it. Even the airplane pilots are getting approved to have one of these in the cockpit instead of that big 300-pound book they have to carry. So, other than the small gripes I have, definitely recommend the iPad. I purchased mine directly from Apple, and I recommend that if you are waiting for the iPad 3, hold up and see what they deliver on the 7th, which is the scheduled keynote. If you can't wait, definitely would recommend picking up the iPad 2. Just hope that you're not going to be upset if the 3 has a super stellar feature that you wish you would have had when you picked up your iPad 2. Anyway, this is Gary Belts, and I will see you next time.